Good morning and welcome to another Silver Saturday after I've been away for a little while and enjoying some writing time on a little self-imposed retreat to get that creative energy back again and be busy with creating maybe just 1,000, 12, 1,300 words every day. But I'm back and I've picked up the post which has come in while I have been away. I've got 4 pieces of silver to share today, and I'm so pleased because these are very different from the coins I've collected. What I'm going to share with you today, they're all bars, 1-ounce silver bars, but they have a variety that I'm really enjoying. Let's see what's in the bag. I don't know what's going to come out in first order. Let's have a look. Right, let me take that out properly. Right, here we go. Beautiful. Right, the first one is Lunar and the Lion. I wonder if that's showing beautifully. Yes, it is. Look at that. A 1-ounce bar showing basically the design that the Silver Mint has produced, but it's a total homage, I think that's the best way of saying it, to the original, excuse me, Una and the Lion. Edmund Spenser, the English poet in 1590, wrote his piece about the Fairie Queen. And in there, the Queen was Una, daughter of her parents, the King and Queen, and she embarks on a solo quest and is protected by a lion. Later, the lion sacrifices itself to save her. But this is a beautiful coin, or bullion bar, effectively. 21,839 were allegedly minted, and it was made by the Sunshine Mint, this one in 2024. But it's a beautiful bar. I really like the design. Look at that. Look at the way the two of them are looking at one another. The young queen and the lion. Maybe at that point he knows that not only is he going to be protecting her, but maybe will sacrifice himself for her survival. But it's a beautiful bar. And on the back, Dirigit Deus, gressus, meos, meaning may God direct my steps, and taken or having its origin as a variant of Psalm 119. Beautiful coin, and I really love it. It's that design, though, that is absolutely stunning. Look at that. And it comes in a protective plastic sleeve, which I've chosen not to open. I've had it tested on the metal machine, and it's a beautiful coin. Very happy with that. What else is going to come out of my envelope that was here waiting for me when I got back yesterday? Oh, nice. Okay, this one, again, a silver bar. Let me just look at the notes I made on this one. So it's 47.6 millimeters high from base to top and 27.6 wide from one side to the other. But it shows the year of the dragon, the lunar year of the dragon. And there is the dragon moving through space. But if you can see to the left of the image and just below the dragon's jawline, it's clasping a flaming pearl, and it's on a beautiful background, which I can see really well here. But I think if I show it like that on the camera, you can see that if I look around the edges here of the image, you can see it's on a background of radiating circles. So that's the, excuse me, that's the main image. And on the back, the recognised logo of the Perth Mint, Australia, 99.99 pure silver, 1 ounce. So that's my second piece for the week. Very beautiful and something I'm really drawn to. I've seen it on various places for sale, and within one of the forums that I'm a member of, somebody was offering these pieces, all 4 of them, for sale, and we agreed on a price, And here they are waiting for me when I come back. This is an interesting one. Number 3. The Royal Mint. There we go. The Royal Mint 007, James Bond himself. 1 ounce, 3 nines, 0.9 silver. And what's stunning about this bar is you can see in the background the titles of lots of Ian Fleming's books. So we've got Goldfinger, Thunderball, Doctor No, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, From Russia with Love, Diamonds Are Forever, lots of them, but they're all there in the background of the image of 007, the number of the spy with a revolver pointing to the right. On the other side, No Time to Die, writ large as basically the film was intended to come out in 2020. And this is when the Royal Mint produced this beautiful bar, but the actual launch of the film was delayed. So the film came out in 2021. And basically the film had great reception. It was the last Daniel Craig film to be made, I think, if I remember rightly. But the film itself was based loosely on, or at least drew from, 2 of Ian Fleming's books. One of them was You Only Live Twice, and the other one was this one, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So there's an image of, not an image, this is one of my books. Look at that. I obviously bought that for 10 pence in a charity shop when I was a kid. On Her Majesty's Secret Service by Ian Fleming, printed by Pan Books. And this copy, 6 printing, 1965. So there's my book, and there's a copy. Not a copy. There's my original 1 ounce silver coin, shown with George Lazenby in the film On Her Majesty's Secret Service. One of the inspirations that led to the Daniel Craig film, No Time to Die. So that's my piece number 3 of this week's postal package of silver. What is the last one? I know exactly what it is, because obviously I opened the package when I got back yesterday. And here it is. This one is, well, it looks different simply because it's in a beautiful card. So this is a collaboration by the Royal Mint and Germania Mint. Royal Mint did the minting of this bar. 60,000 pieces were made of this. And if we look at it, it's in a very stunning case. There's a sort of, how would I call it? There's a matte effect to the packaging that the bar comes in. And the presence of the plastic that covers the bar itself is so low key, you almost feel as though you're looking at the direct surface of the silver. But it isn't. You're looking at the Odin bar under a tiny, tiny film, or very thin film of plastic that protects it. The collaboration was such that the Royal Mint made the pieces. They minted these 60,000 pieces, and the packaging was done by Germania Mint. And you can see at the top of this reverse side, the weight is 1 troy ounce, and the alloy is 3 nines, 0.9 fine silver. Let me just bring that up to camera. There you can see that nice and clearly. But it's a stunning piece out of the series of the Northern Gods. The size on this bar, 49.9 millimeters from base to top, and across from side to side, 28.9. In terms of thickness, you can just, I wonder if you can see that. Not necessarily, because it stands proud of the top of the presentation package, but the thickness of this is 2.2 millimeters. But there it is, beautiful piece. And those are my 4 pieces for this week. I'm really pleased at the way the collection is growing. I've had a few weeks where I had to think very honestly and very seriously about whether I could continue stacking. I think in the quietest week, I've had 3 or 4 pieces. This again has been a fairly quiet piece of purchasing, but because I was able to get them all from one seller on a public platform, I thought, no, I can manage that. It's within the budget, and I know that I want to keep stacking different things. I'm going to go back to more coins, because I think that the bars I've got now, with all those Johnson Matthey ones I shared with you in a previous video, and one of the Panama City bars, amongst others, I'm really content with where I am with silver bars. So now I'm going to go back into single 1 ounce bullion coins and gather hopefully another fair amount of those and continuing it steadily over the next few months. But that's my sharing for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was quite nice for me to pick up the Fleming book on Her Majesty's Secret Service and actually see that as having its link to part of the storyline for the film No Time to Die. I hope you have a great week wherever you are, and I look forward to sharing with you in the next video.